welcome, wizards, witches, and muggles, to my channel. I'm Potterismic, and we are back with another review video. Like usual, I do a lot of Harry Potter reviews, and I try and upload as much as I can. So please just stay with me. But anyway, enough of that. Uh, we've got a bit of a different video this week, as it's not really essentially a wand review video. It's actually sort of a different video, which we'll get into. So, as you guys may remember, I have this wand book right here. Now, this wand book was pretty interesting when I bought it, and it's got loads of numerous characters, wands and stuff in. However, a new version has just come out, and luckily for this, I actually purchased it the other day. And I've got to say, this one book personally is by far the better of the two books. However, I'm going to talk about why this book has actually disappointed me a little bit. And yeah. So the only problem with this book is, the reason why it's disappointed me a bit is there's still quite a few Harry Potter characters whose ones they have missed out of this book. And I'll just go through a couple of them quickly. So Percy Weasley, Bill Weasley, Oliver Wood. Yeah, just there's probably more, but they're three noticeable characters whose ones aren't even in this book. They're not even in the original one, and I just kind of feel like kind of a missed opportunity there, because they've added all the Fantastic Beasts characters, and they've even added another Harry Potter character into this one book, which we'll get to later on, because the character that they've added in this one book is quite interesting, to be honest. And yeah, it's just really kind of disappointed me that Bill Weasley and Percy Weasley's wands haven't been added to this one book personally, because I already have, obviously, as you've seen in the videos of the wand reviews, I have Percy Weasley and Bill Weasley's wands, and I actually enjoy both of them. So I've got to say, this one is a lot chunkier of a book compared to the original version right here. So that's obviously the original, which is the blue one right here, and then the new one, which is the red one right here. And this one actually does feature, my handprint is on it. This one actually does now feature the Fantastic Beasts characters ones, which, honest to God, was probably one of the most interesting choices to do, since a lot of people have mixed opinions on the Fantastic Beasts films. I'm just going to express my opinions on them films personally. Now, the first Fantastic Beasts film is actually a book, and I do have that book. I showed it in the whole review video that I did on this channel earlier on, and obviously the other two movies aren't books. However, I actually really did enjoy the Fantastic Beasts movies. There are a lot of, obviously, plot holes and stuff in them films, like the fact that Professor McGonagall was a professor during Newt Scamander's time at Hogwarts when she was born in the 1930s. Not entirely sure what year, but yeah, 1930 she was born. So yeah, that's plot hole. But honest to God, I did really enjoy the Fantastic Beasts movies, and I'm sad that they've been cancelled in a way, because ending it on the third one when there was originally meant to be five doesn't really work, and I did really wish people would respect them more just for what they are, because they're part of the wizarding world. They're not Harry Potter, and they're never gonna be. But honestly, you know, um, it just happens. Now, the only reason why I do want a fourth and fifth movie is because it's not the story. The Fantastic Beasts story hasn't really ended. People could probably say that the third movie was a pretty good ending for the movies, but if you have to remember, the third movie set in 1932. Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald have another fight, or another battle, in 1945, which is when Albus Dumbledore wins the Elder Wand, so people probably might have forgotten about that, and I'm just obviously letting you guys know that that happens. And obviously, there were meant to be two more movies in the Fantastic Beasts series, which I'm not entirely sure if they're continuing them or not. I've heard that they've been cancelled, but at the same time, there are still planning to be made. So yeah, I hope they do a fourth movie, because if I'm honest, I really do want a fourth Fantastic Beasts movie. I did enjoy them all. But anyway, let me know in the comment down below who your favourite Fantastic Beasts character is and who your favourite Harry Potter character is. And when I say that, I just want one character from each series, so each movie series. So one from Harry Potter, one from Fantastic Beasts. I don't want that loads. Just one, your favourite from Harry Potter and your favourite from Fantastic Beasts. Anyway, let's get back to the one book review. So we've got the book review right here. We're just going to open it. It's now got green backing right there. And I'll just show the original one quickly as well. This one actually has the red backing on the inside. So yeah, there's going to be quite a lot of comparisons in this video. So we unlock the thing, and it says from the Wands of the Wizarding World, Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts in the middle, and then it says from the films all at the top. I didn't realise that bit. I'm trying to be careful with this book because I had to actually ripped part of the pages. So we've got this page right here. So we do have a picture of Harry's wand in the original Ollivander's wand box with obviously the velvet, which I do have this wand in the box. Obviously the velvet is gone. This stuff got cut out of my wand box because yeah, I was really annoyed with that. And yeah, so again we've got a picture of the Death Eater ones. I said Death Eater ones. Obviously you've got Malfoy's, Draco Malfoy's one here, but the rest of them are Death Eater ones. And then you've got the index here with all of the different characters' ones, and I've got to say there are way more ones in this book compared to the original. That being because they added the Fantastic Beasts characters. Let's get to the index of this one. This is the index of the original book right here, and yeah, there are a lot less characters in this one. Anyway, so we've got obviously I'm just going to literally skip to the ones because I'm not too interested in reading all the other pages. The ones, so I'm not going to be showing any of my ones in this video because I've already done that. So the first one we obviously have is the wand of Harry Potter. Now, what I have noticed in this book is now they've actually added some more information into this part here. So this information section about the wand and the character itself has actually had more added to it. So Harry's wand right there. It's a really, really interesting wand. The next wand is Ron Weasley's wand right here. And then obviously he's got his second wand right at the bottom, and then his first wand at the top. And then in the middle it's his first wand, which when it snapped during the flying car in the Chamber of Secrets. It's got the spell tape on as well, so yeah. I wish his first wand would actually be, I've mentioned this in one of my other videos, that I wish his first one would actually be in Noble Collection, or Noble Collection would make that wand, because the reason why I found it weird that they never made that wand is because it was a popular wand for the first two movies, especially the second one, because it was obviously it was useful throughout that film anyway. So yeah, I just found that really weird. And plus Harry, Ron and Hermione had different wand designs in the first two movies. But anyway, we've got Hermione Granger's wand. So right here, Hermione Granger. And her wand with divines. Right there. have a Longbottoms wand. One of my favourite ones, I've got to be honest. Fred Weasley's wand, right here. Fred Weasley at the side with his information, and then his wand right there. Fred Weasley's wand has always interested me, personally, just like the handle. George Weasley's wand is also a purchasable wand at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in, well, Florida and Hollywood. I've never been to the Hollywood one, but I've been to the Florida one. Back when I was 16, and that was, what, 2019, I'm 20 now, so that's quite a few years ago now. Ginny Weasley's wand. I'm just going to quickly go through all the wands. I'm not really... So Draco Malfoy's wand in this book. I will be showing the Fantastic Beasts characters ones in this as well, but then when I do get around... So the plan for me with my wands personally is I'm just going to collect all the Harry Potter characters ones first, and then get the Fantastic Beasts characters ones after, because I don't want to just like mix and match, because I want to get all the Harry Potter ones bought and out the way, done videos on, and then, you know, the Fantastic Beasts ones I can get, you know. Luna Lovegood's wand. I wish they did her first wand in a collector's wand box, or an Ollivander's wand box. I'm not too bothered. I just call them, I'll call them collector's wand box, because I do have her second one, which is right here. But I would have loved her first one, since it's the wand that she uses in in the majority of the movies she's in. She's only in the last 4 movies. Last 4 movies, but last 3 books. And her first one was always like, it was weird that it's the same situation with another one we'll get to later on, but it only comes in a display stand. It only comes in like a one display and never came in a box. Oh god, my shelf's really dusty. Anyway, we've got Dean Thomas's wand right here. I do have his wand as well. So all the ones I've shown so far I do actually have in my collection. Seamus Finnegan's wand, which is a lot smaller than I actually thought when I bought it, but still. Oh, Vincent Crabbe's wand. Gregory Gold's wand right here. Cho Chang's wand is a wand that I will hopefully be getting some soon. I really do like her wand design. It is one that I do intend on obviously getting. There are a couple of Death Eater ones that I just don't really like the designs of. I've had people urging me to get them ones, but honest to God, it's like, you know, I'm not making, at the moment, I'm not making money off YouTube, so I'm just obviously going off my normal job. But, you know, I've got other things I'm saving up for as well, like Comic Con in July and things like that, so that's why I've not got a wand bought yet, but, you know, anyway, we'll get back to this. Parvati Patil's wand is also another one that I really do like. I love like how her wand is like a dragon wing for like the handle. People were saying it's like a bat wing, but nah, to me it's a dragon wing. You're not seeing like the design, got like the bit in the middle. A dragon wing would fit for her character, one for her character. Now the next wand is a character who doesn't even have a wand in Noble Collection, and that is Padma Patil, the sister of Parvati Patil. Now, Padma Patil's wand is essentially just a darker version of Cedric Diggory's wand, which I will just get right now. So this is Cedric Diggory's wand right here, and Parvati Patil's wand would essentially just be a really darker version of this wand with like a darkish red tint to it. So yeah, I'm surprised they haven't really made that wand. I mean, they could, Noble Collection could just essentially just repaint Cedric Diggory's wand. As you can see right here, the colour might be a bit off here because the light from my window is shining on the, I'm getting my handprints keep. Cormac McLagan's wand, another wand that isn't in Noble Collection but in this book, and this is Percy Weasley's basically a darker version of Percy Weasley's wand, which, as I've said earlier on in this video, they should have added Percy Weasley's wand to this book, but they didn't. Which is annoying because they've added two characters whose wands aren't even in Noble Collection. And they just decided to add them. And they're just a dark. Cormac McLagan's one's just essentially a darker version of Percy Weasley. I just want to also do a quick shout out to one of my favourite YouTubers quickly, Wands and Reviews, David Cicello, who actually recently just followed me back on Instagram. He creates some of the most coolest ones ever, like the non-official ones. I will put a link to his channel in the description for those who want to go and watch his channel. When I say he makes non-official ones, they're not official to buy. He just makes ones for like characters who, like even just like characters who appear on in like one movie for like one scene. Some of the designs he does for them are just really, really cool. And honest to God, you should just go and check out that channel. So the next one is Katie Bell's one, which isn't the most interesting one if I'm honest, but you know, it's still one that I'm going to be getting. To be fair, I would have liked to have had Padma Patil and Cormac McLagan's ones in my collection, to be honest. What I do plan on doing is, after all the Harry Potter ones, I do plan on actually maybe getting another version of Percy Weasley's one and Cedric Diggory's one and just repainting them. Anyway, I need to stop rambling on because I need to get to this video. So we've got Lavender Brown's wand and Lavender Brown there. And that sound. So I like what they've done here with this. Is they've got Albus Dumbledore here, and then Albus Dumbledore is one from the Fantastic Beasts movies, which I really do like the design of this wand. It's just one of the coolest ones. Now in the other book, obviously, in this would have been obviously the Elder Wand, but the Elder Wand has actually been moved to a different page in this book, which is just known as the Elder Wand anyway. Professor McGonagall, whose wand you have seen. And it's actually on my display currently. Severus Snape's wand is also on my display. Right here. I think also another wand that's not in the wand book as well is James Potter's. I know technically I can kind of understand why his wand isn't in the book because he's like dead throughout most of the Harry Potter series anyway. But he does use it in flashbacks in the movies. And obviously all the wand designs go off of what the wands look like in the movies because you can't really just go off a design from a book. Because you're not physically seeing it. But, you know, people might argue with that and that's completely fine. Hagrid's wand, which you just unravel that, and he's got his umbrella right there, which is actually off to the side right here, just above the 10 wand display. The wand of everyone's favourite witch and actress, Professor Sprout's wand, played by Mary Margolyes, who a lot of people have started to dislike because of her comments saying that Harry Potter is for kids. Well, I'm just going to quickly say this. Harry Potter is not just for children. It never has been. The fact that the later films are darker, yeah, not really for kids. There's a lot of death. There's quite a fair bit of death in Harry Potter. But yeah. Madam Poppy Pomfrey's wand, which people might think, is her name Poppy? Yeah, that's what it's actually known as. So Professor Sprout, Madam Pomfrey, and Professor Trelawney are literally the last three Hogwarts staff members ones I've got to get. I do plan on doing videos splitting off all the ones into different sections, so like staff members, students, Order of the Phoenix members, Death Eaters, or Dark Forces, and maybe family members ones as well. which I've actually done a Weasley one review anyway. Professor Flitwick. Now on the photo here, Professor Flitwick's obviously this is Professor Flitwick how he looked in the first two movies, and he actually does have a different wand design, which they use for Cornelius Fudge in the second one. Which I'm just gonna say this: Cornelius Fudge has been added to this wand book, and the wand that you see him using Goblet of Fire is not in this wand book, and I will get to that later on because it's a bit of a weird one. So we've got Madam Hooch. Now, this is obviously the third wand from a character whose wand does not appear in Noble Collection. And I can kind of understand why, since Madam Hooch is only in the first Harry Potter movie, because it's the only movie that Zoe Wanamaker, the actress, signed up for. But it would have been cool if they did release Madam Hooch's wand in Noble Collection, because she was probably one of the few teachers that actually had a name on screen, and you did see her briefly use a wand to try and stop Neville from flying anymore on the broomstick, because just going really weirdly. One of my favourite wands, Gilderoy Lockhart's wand. People will be like, why is it one of your favourites? I don't know. It's the newest wand to Noble Collection because it only just got released last year. And I do actually have that wand in my collection, and I've got to say, it is a beautiful wand. It's quite long. It's 17.5 inches, but apparently in the film it's meant to be like 9 inches or something like that. But it doesn't really matter. Professor Remus Lupin's wand, or just Remus Lupin, because it was only a professor in Prisoner of Azkaban. Alistair Moody's wand, which this is the main version of the wand you do get now. They did two other ones. If you watch the Wands and Reviews channel that I mentioned earlier in this video, David Cicello will obviously go on about how there was two other versions of Manar Moody's wand. There's a shorter one version of this one that I've just shown you that they used to do at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in London, and that's discontinued now. This is the only version that they do, and yeah. So we've got Professor Dolores Umbridge's wand, or just Dolores Umbridge, as I should say. Her wand, I've got on my list now. I wasn't originally going to get that because I don't think really Umbridge is worthy to have a wand on a wand plaque, in my opinion. So I'll just get it in a collector's wand box. It's a pink box. It's like the first wand collector's wand box that's not an average colour like these ones. Professor Slughorn's wand. I'm calling him Professor Slughorn because he technically still is a professor after the Harry Potter movies. Professor Trelawney's wand is basically just a rehash of. I say a rehash. It is basically just a remake of Sirius Black's wand, but the design has been changed so that she's just got spirals going up the shaft, and the runes are a lot shorter. Cedric Diggory's wand, which I did just show earlier in the video, it's basically just a lighter version of the wand that Padma Patil has. But Cedric Diggory's wand is the one that's only available. Fleur Delacour's wand, which we have in Noble Collection. I'm not going to show the character bit off now, I'm just going to quickly just go through all the wands. Victor Crumb's wand. Sirius Black's wand, which is really, really nice wand as well, to be honest. Nymphadora Tonks' wand. I do plan on making a PO box soon, so if anyone would like to send me anything, like letters, I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying that if anyone wants to send me like any letters or anything, I will link my email in this thing. You can email me or whatever, I'm not bothered. I'm not made a PO box yet, you see. Oh, I didn't show this yet. Kingsley Shacklebott's wand. Another one that I have. Douglas Fletcher's wand is pretty cool. I just wish there are a lot of characters that I just wish had more screen time in this. Molly Weasley's wand is just a really plain wand, which it is currently on my display, and it's like they could have just. I mean, I suppose they didn't really have time to just give her a really fancy wands, so they just give her this. I'm not too bothered really. I can kind of understand. Arthur Weasley's wand, which there's another character that has this same wand, which we'll get to later on, but it's like a darker version. Arthur Weasley's wand. Gary Collivander's wand. Now this is a bit weird because Gary Collivander is probably the fourth character now in this wand display whose wand is not available in Noble Collection, except from this wand is actually the same design as the Gregorovich wand that you can get in, or currently get in Noble Collection, which I would have preferred if they didn't do the Gregorovich wand and they did Gary Collivander, because he's in more of the movies. But oh well. Xenophilius Lovegood's wand. And I like what David Ciccello did, where he made this like he basically used this wand. We use this wand design for a non-official version of Romilda Vane's wand. So the wand of Newt Scamander, which we've got a nice picture of Newt at the side. I do like Eddie Redmayne. I think he's a really good actor. Bunty's wand. So for those who don't know who Bunty is, she's basically the assistant of Newt Scamander in Crimes of Grindelwald, and she's one of like his like army members or whatever in Secrets of Dumbledore. I really do like her wand. It's got like a acorn at the end. And the actress who plays Bunty's in a British TV show called The Midwife that my mum watches. Professor Eulalie Hicks. Her wand was a really interesting design when this movie came out, and I've got to be honest, I really do actually like this design. She was a pretty cool character, to be honest. I actually really liked her character in Fantastic Beasts 3. Aberforth Dumbledore. Now this is probably one of this along with the Dumbledore one from the Fantastic Beasts ones will probably be one of the first two ones I get from the Fantastic Beasts line, just because they're both Harry Potter characters, so I want to sort of get the ones bought first from the Fantastic Beasts line when I complete the Harry Potter one. And then, I've got Aberforth Dumbledore's wand. Nicholas Flamel, his wand was really cool as well. I'm quite sad we didn't see him in Secrets of Dumbledore, but it's not the end of the world. Yusuf Kama, they didn't really do much with him in Secrets of Dumbledore, which was kind of disappointing because I misread the one scene where I thought he was joining Grindelwald, but then he actually didn't. He was still on the same side as Dumbledore. I just thought, honestly thought he'd join Grindelwald. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed they didn't really do much with him in Secrets of Dumbledore, but I suppose it just happens. Vinda Rosier. Now, Vinda Rosier is basically a character that people probably aren't familiar with, but if you remember the scene in Goblet of Fire where during Karkaroff's trial, he mentions a character called Evan Rosier, who was defeated by Alistair Moody. Vinda Rosier is probably is more or less a distant relative to Evan Rosier. Her wand is really cool as well. This character. It says Credence Burborn, but I would have rather they used Aurelius Dumbledore because that's meant to actually be his real name. I do really like his wand, and yeah, I just don't like the use of Credence. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. That name they should have stopped using the name Credence after well, they stopped using it in the third movie, but it's like, it's the fact they needed to really stop branding him as Credence Burborn afterwards, because we found out his real name is Aurelius Dumbledore. Lord Voldemort's wand, the Born. The wand of Bellatrix Lestrange, which I do now actually have this wand. It's weird that her second wand isn't in this, but it's not really. Another one that I wish was It's available in Noble Collection, but it only comes with the Marauders Map 1 display, and that is Peter Pettigrew's one. I wish this one was available in a collector's one box as well, because I would have loved to have gotten Peter Pettigrew's one. I'm not too, with me personally, I'm not too bothered about getting that the one displays. They're just, you know, I like to have the ones in the box. I've got the 10-1 display and the Bellatrix plaque display, and it's the Fred and George one there, but you know, I'm fine with that. We've got Fenrir Greyback's wand. Antonin Dolohob's wand, which is another wand that isn't in the wand display, which unfortunately I miss when I did the Death Eater Thorn one, that I actually did count, sort of class that as Antonin Dolohob's wand, but it wasn't. Lucius Malfoy's wand, which, oh shoot, we've got Lucius Malfoy's wand right there. Again, it's another wand like Hagrid's wand, for example. This is probably going to be one of the longest videos ever. We've got Narcissa Malfoy's wand. Now this wand is weird because in Noble Collection, Elector Carol's wand is a completely different wand from the Death Eater Skull one. But this is classed as apparently Elector Carol's wand, which, to be fair, I think they've got this wrong in this book. I think the wand in Noble Collection is the wand that Elector Carol used in the film, because Noble Collection is technically the official wand set for Harry Potter and the other props. Death Eater Skull wand is classed as a separate wand anyway, so, you know. Now, the Death Eater Snake wand could actually be Amicus Carol's wand, since he doesn't actually have the wand in Noble Collection anyway, but, you know. Corbin Yaxley's wand, or on the wand itself, it's just known as Yaxley, but, you know. Scabio's wand, which I do have as well. Now, this is the one that I wanted to get to. Minister for Magic Cornelius Fudge. This is the only Harry Potter character that's new to this book, and this is the one that I was on about earlier. They've literally added a darker version of Arthur Weasley's wand as Cornelius Fudge. Now, I did read the information here, and they do go on about how Cornelius Fudge was meant to have this wand personally in Order of the Phoenix, and it was cut. Which, to me, the wand that he uses in Goblet of Fire is actually the wand that Cornelius Fudge uses. And, yeah, I should have just maybe started with this one, to be honest, because this video is going to be quite long as it is. But, you know, I'm going to actually end it on Cornelius Fudge's one, because I don't really want to go through all this. I don't want to make this video too long. But, yeah, Cornelius Fudge's wand, is, to me, is the wand that he uses in Goblet of Fire during the brief scene the Quidditch World Cup. That's, to me, that is his wand, not the one that's in this book. But if they released that wand as Cornelius Fudge's wand in Noble Collection, which will probably never happen, but, you know, I would actually just get that wand. But, you know, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, make sure you comment down below who your favourite Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts character is, because I would really like to know. I'm just interested in other people's, you know, thoughts, opinions. I do apologise that I rambled on a lot in this video, but, you know, I just wanted to do it. Stay tuned for the next video, whenever that'll be, and peace out.